Hi guys, it's just Mickey from Mickey's Equestrian channel. Today I'm going to go through the top 5 things I think you guys need to know when moving your horses up to Queensland. So let's begin. Number 5 would be the heat. Moving horses in heat in summer. It does get quite hot in Queensland. I suppose this also counts wherever you are going. If you're moving from down south to up north, just keep in mind the changes of heat. I think today we had a 38-degree heat and it's only spring. So keep that in mind. Make sure when you are moving to your property, you have a shelter that you can possibly pop the horse in there, or you can cool it off somehow. Just keep that in mind. Maybe take extra stops as well for water and trying to cool your horse down as much as possible, because it can get quite hot and they can overheat, especially if they aren't used to the temperature. That is my number 5 one, so let's move on to number 4. Okay guys, number 4 would be searching what poisonous weeds you have in your area. You probably should do this, doesn't matter where you are in Australia or where you are in the world. I know down in southeast Queensland where I live, we have 2 quite highly poisonous plants to livestock. And as you can see here, this is the start of a lantana bush growing. They get these flower looking things on the all different colors: red, yellow, orange, pink, purple, lilac, white, and this is the start of this. But livestock, it's highly toxic to them. And also fireweed. I'll see if I can find a picture of a fireweed and I'll pop it up right here. But just do your own research and see what poisonous plants you have in your area, and also to take them out or build a fence so your animals can't get into it until you can take it off. Okay, number 3 would be paralysis ticks. They don't really affect horses as much. They would have to have quite a lot of ticks on them to affect them, but they can affect foals, baby livestock like your calves. They haven't built up that immunity yet, especially dogs and cats. Normally if you have horses, you will have dogs and cats, and I highly recommend putting your animals, or at least your dogs and cats, on flea and tick stuff. This is sort of on a side note. It is so easy to prevent your dogs and your cats from getting tick paralysis. Tick paralysis is a tick. It's like your bush ticks and your brown ticks and your cattle ticks and that. Strawberry's coming to get some water. Your paralysis tick is a tick, but it actually has neurotoxins in its saliva. So when it latches on, it it actually puts that neurotoxin into your animal, and they do stay on them. Like they latch on them. The more they're on them, the more neurotoxin is on with that one, and your animals will be paralyzed. I can't stress enough putting your animals on flea and tick stuff, your dogs and your cat. Unfortunately, there isn't at the moment anything for horses, but you can get fly sprays to, I believe, help reduce them. So have a look on your produce, what fly spray they have, and make sure it does do ticks. Just to say, this is all my opinion, what I believe. So just do your own research, but I can't stress enough, at least putting your dogs and cats on tick paralysis, because it is so preventable by giving your dog or your cat something to stop them. So let's move on to the next one. I did forget to mention that a paralysis tick can actually react to a horse. This is actually my horse Chantilly, with a swollen between her front legs. This is actually from a tick, and you can actually see the tick before lodged in there. Okay, so number 2. So number 2 would be, just before moving to Queensland, do your research on what vets in the area where you're moving to. Where are the closest vets? Where is your closest equine vet? Give them a call. Make that file for yourself. Put all your address, put all your horse's microchip, all your details down, so when you do have an emergency, you're not trying to find the new address, trying to find the horse's microchip, trying to find all this stuff that is in boxes. So call in advance, figure out their open hours, what they do, where's your closest equine vet that will come out or you to go to them with that one. And this also brings me on to number 1. So let's go on to number 1. So number 1 is Hendra vaccinations. This is all my opinion, but do your own research. But this, I highly recommend getting your horses Hendra vaccinated. Hendra virus is a virus that is spread through flying fox, and horses get it. It is a zoonotic. That means that it can actually be passed to humans. It also can be passed to dogs as well. So how you can get it would be getting it from a horse. So it goes from horse to horse, horse to human, or horse to dog. With that one, you can't get it from human to dog, dog to human. It always must come from the horse. But do your own research with that one. But most vets will not see your horse if they aren't Hendra vaccinated. Make sure if you're moving up to Queensland, see if you can get your vet wherever you are located to at least order you in some Hendra vaccinations to get them done. Your horses will require a microchip. And they also need they will need their first dose, and then in 3 to 6 weeks, so 21 to 42 days, they must require to give their second Hendra vaccination, and then they go 6 monthly and a year. I can't stress enough to keep them also updated. Also with the same thing, most vets won't see them. Vets will have to require to do a Hendra exclusive test. So this is a test to check if your horse is positive to Hendra or not. And this test takes about 24 hours. So there's not a lot of vet can do, I believe. This is my own, this is what I have been told and what I've been heard from. They have to do their test. They just literally take the test and leave. 24 hours, they can come back to the property if it is negative. The Hendra virus is highly, I believe, deadly. I think it kills about 80% of horses. Most horses will have to be put down because they suffer quite quickly. And there's no, I believe at the moment there is no actual antidote to treat Hendra virus. And also, I think it's about 70% of humans have died. All this information is on the Queensland government website. So go on there and have a look, have a read through. And my number 1 thing would be getting your horses up to date with Hendra vaccinations in case you do need emergency, because I have heard from friends and that have moved up here, getting a vet is harder to get if your horses aren't Hendra vaccinated. So please just get your horses Hendra vaccinated, and that is my number 1 thing when moving to Queensland. And this is all my opinion. Do your own research about all these subjects before. I just thought I might suggest this video because I know a couple of people that have moved up to Queensland and haven't known these facts. So I find this might be handy for people. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you do want to see, if you want to follow my journey and Strawberry's journey more, please follow, as it really will help me out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.